Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Another Saturday, another match day video. This one is a little bit different than the norm. We've come further down the Scottish football pyramid. This week we are in Tier 6, East of Scotland Football League Premier Division, and we're here in Dundonald for Dundonald Bluebell versus Dunipace. Dundonald are sort of lower half of mid-table, safe from relegation but not troubling any of the higher teams. Dunipace still in with a chance of promotion. They need other results to go their way, but I'm sure they will be doing everything in their power today to give themselves a chance for that promotion spot. So for the first time this season, I'm Kevin Marshall and this is the East of Scotland Football League.
Lay down your fate, just enjoy in my game. Give up your tricks, I know your actions are fake. Lay down your fate, just enjoy in my game.
So folks, you'll see the teams are out on the park at the moment, just going through all of their pre-match warm-ups. Dundonald, they are in Bluebell, the home side. Like I say, they are in the lower half of the Premier League this season. They've struggled a little bit at times. They are safe from promotion. They've got no danger of dropping any further down the league. But they're certainly not what you would consider to be high flyers in the league this season. But this is their last day of the season, their last home game of the season. So they'll be looking to finish the season on a high. Up the other end of the park are Dunipace. Now Dunipace they started the day off in third spot. We take a quick look at the table, you'll see them there. They are still in with a shout of the automatic promotion spots. There will be at least 2 teams promoted from the East of Scotland League this season. Hillabeth, you see there, already crowned as champions. That was confirmed last week with a home win against Camelin. They are away today against Musselburgh in second place. Musselburgh really need to win that game to guarantee themselves that second automatic spot. But as you'll see there, a host of teams just queuing up behind there. Dunipace, Camelin and even Jeanfield Swifts in with a shout of grabbing that third spot. Now third can be a promotion spot depending on what happens further up in the Lowland League. Now there is a vacant spot in the Lowland League for next season. That spot could go to Edinburgh City if they are relegated from League 2, and that depends on the outcome of their playoff against Highland League Cove. So if Edinburgh lose that playoff, they drop down into the vacant spot in the Lowland League, which means there will only be 2 teams promoted from the East of Scotland League. However, if Edinburgh win that playoff, they stay in League 2. That means that the team who finishes third in the East of Scotland Premier will take that third promotion spot to get that vacant spot in the Lowland League. So a little bit of a complex picture. I hope I've done a decent enough job of explaining that to you. I think really what it means for this game is Dunipace need to win here today to try and clinch that third spot. I think they probably do have a chance of second spot as well, provided the Musselburgh result goes their way. So a lot of moving parts, a lot of potential outcomes here today. And like I said, it's all about a win here for the visitors. The game will be kicking off very shortly. I'll make that about 10 minutes to kick off. So stay tuned. We'll have all the usual action once the game gets underway, and if you stick around right to the end, we will have a look at the final standings in this league and what that means for the promotion and relegation spots. Now, I do have to say I'm not as familiar with these sides now as I maybe would have been a couple of seasons ago. I used to cover this league quite extensively a couple of seasons ago, but since I've taken my current role with Kelty, then that means I don't get to come to these games as much as I used to. Therefore, I'm not as familiar with some of the players and some of the sides as I used to be. So please bear with me. I hope I don't get too many of the names wrong. Just a quick aerial shot here in Moorside Park, the home of Dundonald Bluebell. Dundonald is a Fife mining village. There are lots of villages very, very similar to this around this area. And you'll see there views all the way up to the Ochil Hills and probably even further beyond. The ground, as you see, sits right in the middle of a residential area. So it is, like I've said a couple of times in the past, these clubs are really, really part of the fabric of the community. And as you can see there, the ground sits right in amongst all of the houses. So I always think that that always helps to cement the relationship between the club and its fans. So there's 12 minutes on the watch. Opening goal there for Dunipace. Ball played down the right hand side. Cross wasn't properly dealt with. It wasn't a particularly high quality cross, I don't think. It was just kind of a trundler along the ground, but it was it found its way all the way to the back post, and the Dunipace player, I'm going to try and find out names and stuff like that, I can't just keep calling them the player, but yeah, the Dunipace player unmarked at the back post, fairly easy finish for him, put the side ahead. I guess you can tell by the reaction from the Pace bench that was mostly relief, I would say, just to settle some of their nerves. Also, it's a huge game for these guys. And they did look a wee bit nervy to start with. Certainly up the top end of the pitch, they seemed to show a wee bit of a lack of composure, but certainly the finish was a good one. They've got their noses in front now, and I think I would expect them now to go on and maybe just start to take control of the game a little bit. Dundonald have done all right so far. They've looked to break quickly, but it's been the quality of the ball forward, I think, so far that's letting them down. I'm familiar with one or two of their players now that I've had a chance to have a look at them. Jack Wilson that I know, and Lewis McKenzie I know. Now both of these guys have got an eye for goal. They are good strikers. They've been around this league for quite a while and they've scored plenty of goals at this level. So I'm sure if the chances come their way, then they've got the quality to take advantage. But it's all about the ball into the two strikers at the moment. That just needs to be a little bit better just to give Dundonald a chance at getting themselves back into this game. So anyway, I make that 14 minutes now on my watch, and it's Dundonald Bluebell 0, Dunipace 1. So 21 minutes played of this match now. It's 2-0 to Dunipace. Another goal, very, very similar to the first one actually. Just came from a build-up on the right-hand side. Excuse me, I'm eating a sweet here. Build-up on the right-hand side. Ball played to the back post, and again, bit slack marking from Dundonald, and a fairly easy finish at the back post. It was Dunipace number 10 who scored the goal. I have had a wee bit of search on social media. I cannot find anybody from Dunipace posting a team sheet or anything like that, so I'm afraid I'm just going to have to stick to calling him number 10 at the moment. I find that a wee bit surprising that 2026 and nobody from Dunipace is posting any social media updates. I'm looking over at their dugout and I think there's probably about 10 or 15 guys there. I would have thought one of them could get their phone out and post a wee update from time to time throughout the game. But anyway, maybe I'm just being nitpicky. Like I say, 22 minutes into the game, and it's now 2-0 to Dunipace. So half time here at Moorside Park, and it's 2-0 to the visitors. Game's gone a little bit flat, I have to say, especially the latter part of that second half. After Pace got the second goal, it seems to have kind of just, it's taken the edge off of them a little bit, and their bench have been quite vocal about it, trying to get them kick-started again, just to try and take a wee bit of control back within the game. But they have, yeah, it feels like they've throttled off just a tiny little bit since they took that 2-goal lead. So I'm sure they'll be getting a flea in the ear at half time from their management side, because they were looking pretty comfortable in that middle period of that first half, just starting to control the game. Certainly in midfield, they look much stronger, but they have, like I say, just taken their foot off the gas a tiny little bit. Now, I'm not saying that that's let Dundonald back into the game as such. To me, they're still second best in the middle of the park. Their ball into the strikers is lacking any real commitment or any level of control, I think. Dunipace certainly looked pretty solid in midfield and at the back, pretty well organised and still in control of the game, if not on top, and if not driving the controlling the pace of the game, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm not sure what Dundonald can do to impact the game. I think they just need to keep plugging away, keep trying to be more effective on the break, find the strikers, and the strikers really need to take the one or two half chances that come their way. I think if they can get the next goal, pull it back to 2-1, then the nerves might start to creep in a little bit for pace. Just having a look at the other games that could impact this, the two sides that Dunipace are up against directly, Musselburgh are leading 1-0 at home to the champions Hillabeath, and Camelin, I think they are still 0-0. I couldn't see any score when I had a look, so I guess that means they're still 0-0. And the other side who have got the outside chance of that promotion spot are Jeanfield Swifts, and they're currently 1-0 down to Bowness Athletic at home. So I don't think the results as they stand really change too much in terms of league positions, but that's only half time. There's still a long way to go, a lot of football we've played in this second half. But meanwhile, here at Moorside, half-time score is Dundonald Bluebell 0, Dunipace 2. So there we are, a third goal for Dunipace. Only 3 minutes played in the second half. Yeah, a very similar route to the first couple of goals. All the play came down that right-hand side for Dunipace, and it was the ball back across the face of goal that caught Dundonald out again. There was actually a chance right at the near post, but it was a clever wee cutback, and again a fairly straightforward finish from the 6-yard box for the player wearing the number 7 shirt. So that makes 4 minutes I've got into the second half, and it's currently Dundonald Bluebell 0, Dunipace 3. Yep, so I don't know if you heard one of the wee kids at the back of the goal there, just giving a score update. It's 4-0 now to Dunipace. I make that 75 minutes, so about 15 left to go plus stoppage time. Pace well in control of this game now. It was number 12 that got that fourth goal, just a shot from about 20 yards out. Unchallenged, to be honest. I think Dundonald are really struggling just now to get any sort of foothold in this game. Pace controlling it, and it feels like they could score at will just now. And moving into the last quarter of an hour, it's currently Dundonald Bluebell 0, Dunipace 4. So that's number 5 now for Dunipace. Just 3 minutes after number 4, running riot here to be honest. Could be anything now, 15 minutes to go then. And Dundonald look dead on their feet, I've got to say. They've just made a couple of substitutions. They now have a big bench compared to what the visitors have. Yeah, they are just hanging on by their fingertips now and trying not to make it too much of an embarrassment. Dunipace, yeah, clearly having a wee bit of fun now, enjoying their afternoon. And I would, if I was a betting man, I would say they're probably not finished yet. 5-0 with probably about 10, 12 minutes plus stoppage time to go. And here's another ball into the box now. Dundonald just, oh, here we go, that's got to be, no, that's a great save. And he saves the follow-up as well. Yeah, Dundonald just struggling to clear the lines even now. Is that free kick? Free kick looks like just on the edge of the box. Struggling to clear the lines even now. They're just a wee bit slack, a wee bit, want a wee bit too much time on the ball when it gets to them. And Pace have just got that wee bit more snap, a wee bit more energy about their play. First to everything at the moment. Dundonald, like I say, just hanging on by their fingertips now. There's number 6 for Dunipace, 5 minutes from time. I wish I knew the guy's name. I'm sure that's him on a hat trick there. Number 7, another really good finish through the keeper this time. Yeah, Dunipace just too good, I think, for Dundonald today. Bluebell, yeah, they'd competed for a large portion of this game, but just the last 5 or 10 minutes, Pace have upped the pace a little bit, found another gear, and they're running this game here just now. I think Dundonald really just begging for the full-time whistle here. 5 minutes to go, I think, until that happens. Another chance here. It's currently Dundonald Bluebell 0, Dunipace 6, but this is 6 going on 15, to be honest. It could be anything here by full time. So that's us finished here at Moorside Park. Full-time score is Dundonald Bluebell 0, Dunipace 6. It was as emphatic as that scoreline suggests. I think Dundonald did okay for sort of the middle portion of the game. Pace were really good at the start, came out the blocks quick. Dundonald came into a wee bit in the middle part of the game, like I say, but the longer the game went on, the better Dunipace looked. And in the end, they were just too good for Dundonald here today. Dunipace worthy winners here. That last 5-10 minutes, it was starting to look a wee bit one-sided, and it looked like Dundonald were going to cave under the pressure. In the end, they did okay, probably relieved to keep it to 6. So I think in terms of league position for Dundonald, nothing for them to worry about too much. They are going to be safe in the Premier League again for next season. And like I say, Dunipace probably just waiting to see now the result of the Pyramid playoff and see what that means between Edinburgh City and Brora Rangers. But certainly in terms of today, good solid win for Dunipace. No complaints, I don't think, from Dundonald. Full-time score here, Moorside Park, is Dundonald Bluebell 0, Dunipace 6. Hi folks, so here we are just doing now a final wrap-up of the game from yesterday. Result-wise, it was a fairly comprehensive performance from the visitors. They controlled the game for pretty much the entire 90 minutes. Dundonald had a couple of wee spells where they looked like they might be able to make a breakthrough and might be able to find something in the game. But Dunipace for me looked very, very strong at the back and in the middle of the park. And I think Dundonald really just struggled to break them down. And really, in the end, I think 6-0, although it is a fairly comprehensive result, I think it's no more than Dunipace deserved. So what that means for final standings in the league then, Dundonald, first of all, they finished in 13th spot, just 2 spots above the relegation zone, but they had quite a comfortable points cushion, so probably not a season for them to dwell on for too long. I'm pretty sure they'll just want to get their summer done, get back to pre-season training and start focusing on next year, again in the East of Scotland Premier League. For Dunipace, they finished the league season in 3rd spot, 65 points, just a point behind second place Musselburgh and 3 points ahead of Camelin. So what that means then is they miss out on an automatic promotion spot, but they do still have a potential for promotion, and it really comes down to the play-off game between Edinburgh City and Brora Rangers. It's effectively out of Dunipace's hands now. All they can do is sit back and wait until they find out the results of that playoff. The first leg happened yesterday at the same time the game was on, and it finished a 1-1 draw up in Brora. The second leg will take place next Saturday at Meadowbank over in Edinburgh, and effectively it's a one-game shootout there. A 1-1 draw in the first leg means winner takes all next week, and I'm sure then that Dunipace will be watching that one eagerly. So that's pretty much it for me for this video. Just a quick thank you as always to everybody who has watched the channel. Thank you for all of the comments, all the feedback and the likes that you've left. If you want to catch up with any of the videos that you haven't seen already, then there's a link here. You can go back, check out any of the previous ones. And if you like the content, if you've enjoyed some of the videos, then please let me know. Give me a like, give me a follow, leave some comments down below. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I think I'm going to try and get myself along to a game next week. The games are starting to become a bit thin on the ground. It's getting to that point of the season, but I'm definitely going to try and have some content for you next weekend. Until then, have a great week and I will see you next time.